Hi everyone, my name is Shubham Bajaj, and in this video I'll guide you how to set up Jest and React testing library for projects bootstrap using Vite. Such projects will be of React TypeScript type, okay, and for and I'll be doing this on the lab in the repository named Wonderlust. This repository is used to practice open source. So here people come and learn how they actually supposed to participate in open source repo and contributes there. So this is started by Krishna Acharya. So I asked him for this task, so he assigned me adding integration tests in front end. Currently there is no environment and packages installed for doing testing on the front end code. So I said him, okay, give me 2 days time. I'll come up with a plan on how to set up and what will be the test cases for the unit and the integration tests. So I have updated my status daily here, as you can see. First I started with, okay, on 13th I did this, then 14th I have did this. Okay, now before we move to code, I'll show you the project. So this project look like this. Currently I have set up the project on my local system. Okay, let's go to code and see they whether the testing is set up on the front end or not. We'll go directly to package.json and see are there any packages installed, and we'll search Jest. So no result found, so that means it is not the packages have not been installed and set up yet. So we'll do this in this video. This will be a step-by-step process how we'll set up testing for the front end. First we'll go through my VS code. Okay, here I have listed the steps to set up testing for a front end project using Vite and React TypeScript. We have to first generate the project which is already done. Okay, now the second step is to install the dependencies, the main dependency. First one is Jest, then the types of the Jest, then ts-jest. So I'll copy from here quickly. Sorry, I'll quickly copy from here, paste it here, and run. Meanwhile, it is taking time to install all these dependencies. I'll tell you why we are going first installing setter dependency and then another setter dependency, because first we'll try to show, okay, what if we do the minimum only set up the Jest, what you can, like what type of test cases you can write. Then we go, okay, now it's time to test the components, what dependencies are required to test these components, what configuration it's need to be done. As installation is done, I'll make a commit here. So I'll check, okay, which files required to be committed. So I want only the files inside the front end repository, as it's mono repo having front end back end code. So I'll go and say, okay, git add where I'm, which folder I'm in. Okay, I'm in the front end. So git add package start everything. Okay, it added, as you can see, packages files got added. I'll give a commit message here. Okay, installed just dip. Cool. Moving ahead, now it asks us to exclude test files from TypeScript project for production. So what does it mean? So here it is mean that, okay, the files, the test files in the production mode shouldn't break the production when we are deploying the production code. So they shouldn't create a problem when we are dealing with the production code or deploying the production code. So for this, what we do, we set the environment to the development or prod and test. Out of these three, when the environment is prod, that time we won't we won't run our TypeScript compiler over the testing files. So this is done how, as stated here. First create a ts-config.prod.json file, then extend it with the current ts-config file, the root ts-config file, and in it and the prod file mention excludes test files. So I'll write here touch ts-config.prod.json, it will create a file there. Then I open the file, not ts-config, prod.json. I'll say extends. Which one? I'll say ts-config. Cool. Then we say exclude in the array. Which to exclude here? From source/test. For this repository, we are only using tests as a folder where we will store all of the tests instead of each test with its own file, as because components most of the components are a flat hierarchy. So if I add a blog feed.text.tsx, uh, maybe it won't work, like placing all the test files together. As per advisory, it is good to place test files along with the component, but as they are not inside their own module or not inside their own folder or the directory, I felt it won't be a good way for managing code and organizing code. So thought of putting all the test cases as of now inside a folder name __test_test. So yeah, so I have did prod.json saying okay, this is just a minor warning. So hey, extend ts-config. Cool. Exclude from source test folder, typo fixed. Okay, then code by nuang wait hang.dev. Exclude test files from TypeScript type checking when bundling for production. You don't want a TypeScript error in your test file breaks your build in production. As I stated earlier, I followed their words. So now let's go and update a package.json. Saying okay, if you go for build, use ts-config.prod.json instead of the default ts-config.json as stated here, and we'll also mention the node environment to be production. We'll close these files. Here it is. Here. Cool. Now we'll commit it later, or we'll commit it by each steps. Now start committing. Okay. So again, git add ts-config.prod.json prod file for test. Okay. Then we have also changed in package.json. We'll commit that together with the next step, which is adding test script to the package.json. So we'll go here inside the scripts. We'll write one more script, say test, and we'll say just test everything as of now. Later we'll try. Okay, we'll tell him okay, you have to go inside source, that particular folder only. And yeah, we forget to mention the node environment to test. Yeah, I'll check it. We'll check it now. Sure. Cool. Till now we have created a script and also told the build script, hey, when you are building, use this ts-config file. So let's add package.json and make a commit. Edit test script and use prod for build script and use what ts-config prod for build. Cool. Now let us add a simple test and check actually that whether our testing setup is actually working. So what I'll do, I'll create a simple file from here inside test/source. Oh, this directory doesn't exist. Let me create a directory here. Source __test. Okay, then I'll create a file source __test, and file name will be app.test.tsx. One thing to note here, one thing to note down here, that each file need to and required to have an this suffix .test to tell just okay, this is a file, this is the test file. Okay, cool. Now I'll copy this here. So why I'm copying that comment here? Not required. Okay, why it is saying could not find, do you install try when you say types just or npm say just mocha then add just or more. So we have already did that in the past. Let me check package.json. Just is there, just is there, ts just is there. Why it is complaining? Okay, cannot find video needs to install type definition for a test runner. Npm save dev at the type slash just or npm save dev mocha then add just or mocha. I have added just. Okay, cool. We'll look good. We'll look into this. Why it is saying types dot just is there and types for just is there. Just itself is here. Then ts just is there. I guess it shouldn't be a problem. I have tested it before, but don't know why we are throwing now. Npm run test. Let's see where it fails. No, it got passed. Cool. As things are working as expected, but with the but with an unexpected case here is like these warnings. Cannot find name describe. Do you need to install type definitions for a test runner? Try npm I save dev types just or npm I save dev types mocha then add. I have already added. Why it is giving me these warnings? Like even if I click on run arena, it will run the code. I'm sure. See, these people are also not like they also don't have any issue. Like what's this? We'll no problem. We'll look at this later. And whew, test the app component run. Okay. Now before, spoiler. So I'll make a comment. So which files are there? App.test.tsx source slash created a simple test. Now we'll test the now we'll test the component. So it says okay, go and paste. So before it say anything, let us paste the code inside the test file. Cool. This is expected. Cannot find name module app. So we'll change the path as we are inside. I'd say okay. This is as we haven't installed this library, so it is expected to throw the warning. Okay, error. This thing is missing. But this was unexpected. We'll look into this. So we'll hit again npm run test and we'll get an error message. Sweet, seen error message. And the error message is simple. Hey, you are missing something at the Babel preset, React. Is it same? Yes, these error messages are same preset plugins. So I'll explain you what it is complaining. It is complaining that first that package or library testing library slash React is not available. Second, it says okay, the current just cannot understand what is JSX. It cannot understand its syntax, like from where it came and how it works and etc. So we need to use Babel to convert it to a form where just can understand. Okay, now I am able to understand what you guys are saying, what is React, what is JSX. So if you come down here, you will see the above error message is indicating a syntax related to JSX in test file. The error is saying that support for syntax JSX isn't currently enabled. To resolve the issue, we need to make sure that JSX syntax is properly configured for project and also for Jest. So solve the issue, we need to make sure JSX syntax. Okay, one thing which is already configured, but now this time we have to do for the JSX. So how to do? Hint, Babel, as I said earlier, Babel. So next point for JSX support, add Babel presets and add babel.rc. So let's create a file .touch babel rc and install all these dependencies. So first one is Babel preset env, then Babel preset React, and for the Babel preset TypeScript. Which first one is for the environment, second is for the React, third is for the TypeScript. If you see carefully here, we have given save dev. So we are saying these are dev dependencies which won't go into production. They won't have any role there. Once build is done, they don't include these piece of code inside the build. They are only used for the dev and the testing environment. So I hit the enter. The dependencies will get installed. Meanwhile, I'll copy the contents from here and paste inside the Babel RC as I say, as written here and as I stated here. So Babel RC front end pasted here. Now we have to run it again from the error machine again. So npm run test. Let's see what we get. Cool. Cannot find module testing library as expected. We'll go there, installing testing library for React. By now, previous error will be gone and you will get new error message. Cannot find module. Cool, we got the same error message. See, before we go ahead install one piece of line. Now we have to add libraries which will allow us to make things happen, such as access freedom, interaction, and those libraries are what? React testing library DOM, React testing library just DOM, React testing library React, and the React testing library user event, which are the testing library. So we'll install all these dependencies together, and again these are dev dependencies, so they won't be in the production bundle. As we are saying it, we're here using the flag save dev. Again I hit the enter. Meanwhile dependency will get installed. We'll go to next step. Now it's time to configure Jest environment. You will see another message saying Jest encountered an unexpected token. Do not worry, we'll be about to fix it. So what does it mean? If I go again, if I run this test again, I'll get the error message again. Hey, import home page. So what? Okay, test set failed to run. Cannot find module from @pages/home source app. Oh, cool. Good thing. So now it is complaining, okay, it can't understand this @ which is ts-config.path.json. So these are absolute paths. So some way this guy has defined them, I guess, @ yes. We can configure this. We will try to configure like here. Okay. So before we go on and move to next step, which is let's configure Jest. Oh, before we go on and fix or make Jest understand the absolute path, what I'll do, I'll go directly to app.ts for the temporary time being. Okay, I'll tell it, okay, instead of using this, why not use relative path? So you need pages/homepage, no issue. So this thing, copy, this will get replaced from here. Okay, now if I run again, I am expecting to get the same error. Now can't find module @assets wanderlust vg.webs from source home page. Okay, home page. So why this? Because we are just rendering, because we have decided to render the app and it should work as expected. These things we're getting. So everywhere where we are using absolute path, it will complain. So for the temporary, we are replacing it. Okay, but we'll fix it. No worry, we know how to do it. So blog feed. So they are saying okay. They are also like, we don't know where this guy is. No issues. We have covered it, bro. We'll fix this later as we continue down to the same path. Cannot find module asset wanderlust from sourceless pages. Which one is this? Cool. Again, bro, where it is now? Import bg. Just now I configured it. Now, yes, now we reach where we are supposed to reach. Just encountered an unexpected token. Why I am not fixing right now these absolute path things or that warning message is that we'll do it later once our setup is done. We'll show you how that gets done, and if you have less time, what is the fastest way to get it done. So I'll run it again before we start this step. And then we got error messages this that just encountered an unexpected token, failed to parse a file. This happens when your code is dependency non-standard. So here what is happening is just is complaining us, hey, I can't understand this I don't know what is SVG, I don't know what is CSS, and how should I work with them. I can't understand such things, or I don't know how to convert the TypeScript files into normal JavaScript files. What should I do with the PNG files? So in such case, we need to tell Jest, okay, don't worry, we'll tell you in which environment you will be working, how to convert these TypeScript files into the normal JavaScript files, and how to deal with such other file types which you required while compiling the test. So how we'll do, we'll first install few more dependencies. Yes, dependencies. npm install TypeScript node, Jest environment JSDOM. JSDOM and the Jest environment JSDOM are the two similar things. Previously, Jest environment JSDOM was supplied when with the Jest itself. That version was less than 28, I guess, but now greater than 28 version don't get this Jest environment JSDOM. So we have to explicitly install them, and the TS node is required later on, where when we say okay, we are exporting out, where we just mock those CSS and PNG files and other files, that time TS node will be required. So as said, create a new file, create a new file, just config.tss. This file is config file for the Jest. So I click here. Cool. Now I am supposed to copy all this from here and paste it inside the Jest config. We'll go through what does it mean each by line. Type flat node, it is already there. We'll look into this later. So yep, as I said these unexpected things will fix later once we are done with our happy path. Root directory I have configured to be the source, so it will, all the files will be look inside the source, won't go at the root level project itself. By source I mean it will look everything inside this folder instead of looking inside the front end, then public or Babel RC or any other which is created. Then preset is ts just preset. Okay, so here we are using Babel to transform the CJS file into EJS or ECMAScript module system, because just currently supports only CJS, which is common JS modules. So we require Babel as we have installed previously, and also to transform these TypeScript files into the normal JavaScript files, we again require Babel. As of now, I have only configured the ts-jest files to be transformed into the JavaScript files using ts-jest, but we can add as many as we want. Then the test environment is JSDOM or the JSDOM, which previously stated here was Jest environment JSDOM. These two things are same things, just a different dependency names, different names, same things. Yeah. Then module name mapper. Here we are telling Jest, okay, for these type of files, look for the code inside these files, which is filemock.ts, and the stylemock.ts file is for the normal files, where a style as saves for the styles files. Then we'll come back to setup files later. Then I am saying okay, module file extensions. As it commented out here, I have picked this from JS config or from the articles where I've read and set up all those things. Place TSS and TSS to beginning as suggested by Justin. scripts have done the same. tsx files, ts, this will tell okay, just okay, these are all the files which you look into, or you have to deal with these files. Your business of transforming belongs to these files only. Your business is these files. Then module paths, root directly says source. We are saying it to okay, for test files you have to look inside the source only, not outside. So we are saving just time. Now we'll create these two files, file mock.ts and style mock.ts. Now coming to setup files after environment. So here it accepts an array of strings where we tell okay to do or run a number of scripts after setting up the Jest environment and before running the test. So by this we can before each test we can mock something like window object, not seriously, or even fetch calls. So this is used for running scripts or setting up the code before the test cases are about to run and after the test environment is set up. So we will create all these files, file mock.ts, style mock and the setup test shortly. First we'll create the config folder, then we'll create these files. So I said create config files, style mock and ts mock, and paste this content there. So let me create a file, let me create the folder inside source config, and inside the config we need to create one more directory which is just source just, and now we'll create a file style mock.ts file mock.ts. What nice, setup test.ts. Okay, cool. So we have created all these three files. Now I'll copy their contents there. Before I do that, let me show you what will happen if I run npm run test again. Yeah, npm run test. I'm expecting error messages. Don't know what you were expecting, but let us see what this error message say. Something different. Just failed to parse a file. This happens when your code is same thing. Still complaining about Babel? Don't worry, we'll cover it. Out of the box just supports Babel, which we'll use to transform files. We'll do it. No worry. We are here for this. If you are using ECMAScript or do this, that, to have some of your node modules file transforms by custom transformer, you can find details here. Invalid or unexpected token, import webp. So yeah, it started complaining it can't understand these things, and this error messages, right? We get rid of them. We have already created just.config.ts. Yeah, no worry, we'll figure it out. Then ts-config.json, no issues. Please, we'll look into you guys later on. No, which one is? So I went through mouse. I know we can close in 1 second with shortcuts. I don't know the shortcuts. Style mock.ts, then file mock, and copy here. Now till now I'm expecting few error messages to be less than the previous time. Seriously. That issue is okay. One failed. Cannot find name it. Do you need to install type definitions? See, now it is not failing because okay, we have missed something, or some dependency is missed, or some step is skipped while setting up the test environment for Jest and the React testing library. It is throwing out errors saying, hey, you need to install type def for the Jest or for the mocha. Sorry for the pronunciation. We'll take care of this, no issue. We'll handle it now. So I'll go setup test, paste the code, And yeah, I'll suggest paste these comments as well, these comments, as it will tell you whenever you come to this file what this file means and how to look for the content when you get confused. What is this? Okay, a quick info. If you don't import at the testing library just DOM inside the setup test.ts and you import it like testing library just DOM slash extended expect as stated in the references or articles I've used, then you will have to create a mapper inside the module name mapper as this way: testing library just DOM extend expect to testing library just DOM. These things they haven't mentioned in their articles, I guess, because previously this was working, but as of now, as per the latest version, this was not working. So I thought of letting you know, guys, that okay, this is the issue. If you go this way, you have to solve it this way. If you use this, as per our process or as per our happy path, by now, by this moment, we can run the text successfully, which has the component. But we have few things. First one is the absolute path thing. Second is these warning messages which are stopping us for creating a successful happy path flow and smiling, hey, we have set up. Now one more thing came. WebP. Okay, cool. Let's see. Didn't. Okay, let's say for WebP here. Now we'll see whether it is doing the same for the WebP or not. Yep, it passed the WebP. Test should fail to run. Cannot find module feature postcard from components. Oh, cool. I have to replace it everywhere. Shall I replace it everywhere or shall I go and tell? Oh, boss, I'll take care of you guys later. First, we'll go test facts and see. These are gone as they have got the ts node dependencies, which types they were looking for. Cool. One thing we got handled. Second is the absolute parts. We'll take care of that. Before that, I'll create a few commits. Okay. So we'll start with which one? Yep. Are we missing anything like React testing library or something? This is optional part. We'll look into this later. No. Okay. I want to see package.json once. What is the change? So preset env, Babel and testing libraries and other things like ts node and just environment node. Git cm edit packages for understanding. JSX interaction testing React and then JS environment ts node. Cool. So package.json is done. Now what next? Table rc config files. Okay. Convert jsx/tsx and what jsx, tsh and cags. Okay, it is ECMAScript, so it is mjs for to just understood for just language. Then what just.config? So we'll add okay. This got not this one. We'll say okay style mocks setup test file mock and what next just config git cm configured just to understand TypeScript and other assets. Cool. 5 more files app tsx.txt. Okay. expecting this is the change. Okay, now still the error will come. Okay, yaar, why? Where is the absolute path thing in that problem? Still it is here. Module.export cannot find module, do needs to install type definition. Types node is already there installed. Let's, it's a just a warning. I'll close these files and we'll look into the files creating problem. We'll see whether it is are there too many files or no. If there are too many, then I'll definitely go feature card. Okay, these are insides blog feed app.ts page slash home page. Let's follow. Okay, so we'll go through one of the resources which I've used while learning how to set up Jest. Okay, it's a Medium article, so yes, this one. It is by MH, and I sorry for pronouncing your name wrong. So I'll go directly and see whether this guy has configured, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So at the rate components root directly if you are using ts-config.part, there is no harm in telling Jest we are not using it, or at the rate slash dots. So I guess this one will work where we're saying okay, everything starts with at the rate slash. Just where are you? Just this has to go inside module now, name wrapper, and I'll write here mocking asset styling. This comment is important for people to understand because we are in open source. Making this understand absolute path, abs or value paths. Oh, cool. Let me run it again and see whether it can understand or it's still failing. If it is failing, I have to resolve. Okay. Could not find, could locate at the slash component feature name as source slash one. Okay. Let's see again. Is it failed or yep, it got failed. What is the error? The import meta property is only allowed when module option is ES20, ES20, ES or not next. Constant response, await post. Okay. For this, I don't know where to make a change, but before I go and ask ChatGPT, hey bro, can you help me? I look into ts-config. What is it referring to? So module option, is there any something? Yeah, ES next. ES20, ES20, ES next. Okay. So what they have set, just shall I create ts-config dot test.json? I don't know. Seriously, I don't know about this. I'll ask ChatGPT. Explain me and tell me, okay, how we can fix this thing. Cool, guys. As you can see, this is how we deal with the errors. If you're someone who's starting new or has some issue like, oh, how will I create? How will I solve this? This is how. Now we have ChatGPT. Hey, help me understand the below error message, and also help me how to fix this. Okay, I'll tell my js.config.ts file is this, so giving information in advance. My ts-config.json file is this. I don't know how to solve, so let's see what ChatGPT returns and how we Okay, it is returning. Let it complete, then we'll read and go through what is the issue. The error you encountered is related to use of import.meta in your TypeScript code. The error message is indicating that the import.meta property is only allowed when the module option is set to certain values such as this and this. In to fix this, you can update ts-config file to set module option to one of the allowed values. In your case, you might want to set to ES20 ESNext. Since you are using modern ECMAScript features, here is how you can modify your ts-config.json. Okay, if we go here, it is already ESNext. Then this shouldn't get a problem. After making the changes, trying to TypeScript code change again. Like why make sure to check if any specific configuration regarding this. Just configuration aligns with the changes made to a test CS config. If seems to Jest config is using TypeScript, so make sure that just settings are compatible with the TypeScript configurations you applied. Okay, I'll give him again. Okay, I was running these error messages. Okay, we'll edit the response. I will edit the request. Hey, help me understand below error message when I'm running a test case in the test file. Okay, test script. I'll tell him. I'll ask him. I'll tell him this is my test script. This was my test script. So test. Just nothing. Nothing much to tell you. So let's see. Is it? Will it change its response or it won't? If it takes more time, I'll finish this up and update you guys how to do this. I'll append it part or we'll do something to figure this out. No worries. We won't make this. I won't take this longer as research or sometimes figuring out things might take time. So yes, I'll quickly fix them. Give me a minute. Let the chat GPT return the response. Meanwhile, okay, as we have seen, we have configured it to use absolute paths. Now the issue is different. One problem solved, another problem came up. Okay, no issue. We'll create a commit here. Which files required commit? Just config. Okay. Git cm added. What we call this? Made just understand. Well, we have made the just understood parts. Now let me roll back few changes and see how it create problems. Now run the test command again. Yes, now we have only one problem left to be solved. It is import.meta properties only allowed when the module option is ES20, ESNext or something. No issue. What will I try to do by myself is create ts-config dot test.json. Okay. And ts-config dot test.json. Sorry, I'll copy from prod. We'll write again. Prod baby. Extend ts. No, we don't require exclude. We'll tell him okay as various module. And as ChatGPT suggests, do something else. He'll ask him what are the options. He'll say, okay, these are the options you can use, and I'll go to package.json to make the change. Again, we have to tell now, okay, what we have to use. Okay, if it is tsc, I hope it works like this way only. or else we have to look more full how I did previously. Yes, ts minus p ts config dot test dot json. Yes, it works this way only. Option project cannot be mixed with source files on a command line. So we cannot do this. Okay. The error you encounter is related to usage of import.meta in your TypeScript code. Specifically, it is saying that import.meta property is only allowed when the module option is set to certain values. In your ts-config.json, you have to set the module option to es next, which is already done. Okay, es20 or es next. Okay. Choose the values that best fit your project requirement. After making the change, try and test again. This should resolve the import. This hasn't resolved the error. Mhm. As ts config is already set to, but yes, next. Fixing the typos and seeing again. You may want to specify ts-jest specification to. You will ensure it's aligned with TypeScript setup and update ts-jest section in ts-config.ts. It is latest only. TypeScript, which one? So it's saying globals ts-jest. I seriously don't know. But for the time being, I'll show you guys how to get rid of this, and yeah, I'll fix this and add to this video. But to end this video, but to end the part 1 of this video, I'll say, or the part, or to shorten the video, I'll stop video from here and I'll research and fix this. Meanwhile, I'll show you that we have successfully set up the test files. Okay, I'll go to which file is creating problem here. Package.json. First, I'll remove that line. Okay, we don't need to do this. And what next? ts-config.test. Delete this file, please. Now, if I run again, it should tell me, okay, this file is creating issue. This is home page. Cool. Home page only. Previously, what I was using. Okay, we have to request to the local host on what I am running. My local host is 3001. Let's check it out. Is it running on localhost 3001? Yep, our backend is working there. So if I go again and tell him where now error is, please tell me. Inside blog feed. Let's copy this part. Blog feed we are done. Okay, it's twice inside the blog feed. Let's run the test again, see where we are. So now one more add blog, no issue. This again I'm repeating this, I'm doing temporarily. We'll fix this. Okay, I'll fix this and let you know guys how to do it. We'll take a pause for the video here due to video length issue. Details page, yeah, wherever it is I have to go and do it. Now this was unexpected. Console.error exists error unsupported protocol localhost. Like what is unsupported here? Error bad request dot cache dot error console dot error. Wait, is our front end working or not? uh, I where I came. This is front end working on local. Exists error bad request unsupported protocol local host. Do you don't require post? What I made? Did I made the mistake? But what mistake I did? Let me check it again. Bad request unsupported protocol localhost. Don't we specify? Yeah, how we used to do? I forget. Get localhost slash localhost. Why it is going to slash localhost API slash content 5173? Who is telling this guy to go there? Like I'm literally saying go to this address. You are the home page. Here is the home page. I'll resolve it one by one in front of you. These small things I should deal with easily. Localhost slash API slash post, because even if I go here, this is how we are supposed to do. Yeah, we got the response. Again, what wrong I am doing here? Let me remove it from here. Yeah, for some my code, then block feed localhost slash 3000. Okay, giving him, it took the request on its own URL, so that was my mistake, giving just localhost here. So it made the request on its own URL or on its own port number. So if I run here, it is supposed to get passed. Yeah, it passed. Hooray, we did it. So this is how we are supposed to set up Jest and the React testing library for the project Bootstrap using Vite. Okay, for the React JS projects, Bootstrap using Vite, React TypeScript projects. And yeah, now things like import meta dot event, this issue will fix it. I'll fix it and add to this video. I'll continue this video again once I'm done finding out okay why this is coming and how to fix this, before we end up and make a one more commit. So yeah, happy testing. As you can, by this moment we can see we have run the test successfully. Greenery, happy testing. Yeah, so now the optional part is for the snapshot testing we have to add React tester renderer as a dev dependency. Personally, I haven't implemented snapshot testing. I need to learn more and understand more about snapshot testing. So yeah, just for the folks who are already like who require it. So yeah, for sorry for the soya too much. Okay, now I have used 5 references for this. I'll put them below in the description. Please check out these references, and especially the first one featuring SWC setup just with Vite. Okay, this is one of by the maintainer or the creator of the Vite test preview. Please read all these articles as they will help you understand, or else this doc is enough if you are in quick hurry. And yes, I'll continue and resume this video after once I found out okay how to resolve the import meta.event thing or the error. Yep, we'll meet you in the part 2.